The Biden administration's approach to sanctions remains a gradual one. And while it successfully brought together a number of other countries to put economic pressure on Russia, analysts warn it's not deterring Putin's pursuit of Ukraine.
When the Biden administration announced sanctions on the 24th of February, they specifically said, in fact, the president himself tweeted that their goal was to reduce the ruble to rubble. Unfortunately, as we've seen today, with the ruble trading at higher levels against the dollar than before the attack, by their own metric, the Biden administration has failed.
Marshall Billingsley, former assistant secretary for terrorist financing at the Treasury Department, says instead of dealing a crushing blow to Russia's economy, the Biden administration has deferred to European countries that rely on Russian oil and gas.
They'd rather see the price of their heating bills in their homes be lower than to take the shorter term economic pain to cause Putin's war machine to melt down financially.
Billingsley believes what's needed is the playbook used against Iran and Venezuela during the Trump administration. Full sanctions on the energy sector, accompanied by secondary sanctions against any country continuing to do business with Russia. Also, similar action against other valuable exports like metals and minerals. Plus, full sanctions against the entire Russian financial sector.
Why are we pulling our punches? What is the moral compass at work here? Given what we're seeing, I don't see it, and I find the refusal to fully sanction the Russian economy into the ground the way they are physically doing to the Ukrainian people. I find it morally unconscionable that we're not doing more and faster and better.
Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky is pushing the Biden administration to trigger some of the toughest sanctions under U.S. law by designating Russia a state sponsor of terror.
There are only a handful of countries that have been designated as state sponsors of terrorism, and Russia belongs in that camp.
But would that designation and its consequences have any impact?
I don't believe Putin is in the habit of receiving messages at this stage. The key is perhaps not messaging to him, it's messaging to those around him that unless and until the war stops in Ukraine, and perhaps unless and until Vladimir Putin is gone, the sanctions pressure will continue to grow and Russia will be reduced back to its Soviet-era breadlines.
As fighting in Ukraine again escalates, the Biden administration says it's committed to raising pressure on Russia. Many observers are asking, however, will it be enough? Caitlin Burke, CBN